Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is Nor Suzila Lop. I will present my research entitled A Conceptual Framework of Ergonomic Risk Among Higher Education Lecturers while working from home during the COVID-19 pandemic crisis. The pandemic COVID-19 crisis has changed our life, where many of us spending much more time in our home, including working. This situation affect many people, especially employees and professionals that have been forced to stay at home and work due to inability of cure and vaccination. The Ministry of Higher Education, MOHE, ordered all universities to conduct online distance learning. Face-to-face classes and physical interaction with each other are also not allowed among students and lecturers at this time. The students are compulsory to learn from home and adopt online distance learning, while similar situation occurred to the lecturer where they also were asked to do online distance learning and work from home. This situation requires higher education lecturer using the laptop or desktop in a long duration of time. This may lead to the musculoskeletal disorder due to poor posture, adopted such as having a pain of a back, neck, shoulder, knee, and also ankle. Based on the epidemiological study, an occupational factor potentially increase the risk of musculoskeletal disorder. The frequency of musculoskeletal complaints differed considerably between different occupational groups. Thus, this study focused on the group of lecturers that conducting online distance learning and working from home. Therefore, the research aim is to review the work from home related activities affected to musculoskeletal disorder, experience among workforce or lecturer, and to propose a conceptual framework of ergonomic risk among higher education lecturer while working from home, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic crisis. So the research methodology adopted for the study is an in-depth and comprehensive literature review is conducted. It is critically discussed and reviews the theoretically on the related activities that affect health musculoskeletal disorder while working at home. So based on the review, the proposed conceptual framework is established. Further study is planned to be conducted by comprehensive empirical research using a quantitative research design by analyzing the relationship between the activities, ergonomic risk factor, and also musculoskeletal disorder. This is a literature finding. This table shows some evidence from previous research concerning physical health issues on the musculoskeletal disorder related to work from home. Overall, from the table, it can be seen that most of the research has consistent result whereby work or activity related to the computer has caused lower back, neck, shoulder, and upper back pain. It is due to the poor posture and prolonged sitting in front of the screen. This table also shows the synthesis on the factor that contribute to musculoskeletal disorder for employee working at home. Most of the research has explained that working from home is more involving computer or screen-related activities, either using laptop or desktop, smartphone, or other types of gadgets. These activities are closely related to the ergonomic risk factor that ultimately contribute to the musculoskeletal disorder among workers working at home. So, for example, strained neck, hunchback, so lower back pain, sitting long hours can affect the lower back, strained arm, and so on. Among the activities identified that contribute to the musculoskeletal disorder are looking at the screen that's set too low and working directly off the laptop, sitting too long, looking down at the document and keyboard for sustained period, keyboard or desk is too high and arm is unsupported. This will affect more sore body parts related experience that I mentioned before, to the neck, shoulder, upper back, lower back, knee, ankle, and arm. Okay, the developments of the conceptual framework as illustrated in the slide comprise of the three major components, which are issues of health related to work from home. And then the second component is the relationship between the ergonomic risk factor and musculoskeletal disorder. And then the third component is the outcome and social benefit. So the framework began with the component 1 by identifying the problems of working from home during the COVID-19 pandemic crisis, which is within the higher learning institution, focus on the group of lecturers. The second components involve the identifying the activities performed by the workforce, which are lecturer, during conducting the online class through the usage of several gadgets, for instance, laptop, smartphone, and tablet. Besides identifying the activities, this step involves the determinations of ergonomic risk factor associated to the activities in conducting the online distance learning. The determination of ergonomic risk factor is very important in order to identify the root causes of musculoskeletal disorder experienced by the workforce, i.e. lecturer. The relationship between activities, ergonomic risk factor, and musculoskeletal disorder will help in developing future ergonomic risk model. It is important to know the relationship between these factors so that appropriate action can be taken to prevent and reduce muscle pain. So the last component is the outcome and social benefit, where the future ergonomic risk model will help to enhance the preserving health and quality of life among workforce and simultaneously enhance health and well-being of people. So this conceptual framework also is essential as a guide for the developments of the future ergonomic risk model in enhancing health and well-being among lecturers who are forced to working from home. To conclude this presentation, this paper anticipates to review, synthesize, and develop a conceptual framework of ergonomic risk among higher education lecturers while working from home during the COVID-19 pandemic crisis. The development of this conceptual framework rely mostly on the literature review, and focus on the issues that working from home during the pandemic crisis, COVID-19, from the perspective of a workforce, i.e. lecturer, health effect. Based on the review, it can be concluded that by identifying the activities involved during implementing this online distance learning, ergonomic risk factor can also be identified. Thus, indirectly, the health effect on body muscle, musculoskeletal disorder, can be easily detected. With that, thank you.